Media and Foreign Policy. Introduction. A free press arms citizens with information in order for them to make informed decisions. Today, media thrive in virtual environments. ICE is openly networked with its followers on YouTube and Twitter. Media are our destructive forces. Banking power and water grids can be hacked, and entire regions can go dark. Sometimes the incentive is economic gain, and other times the media can be manipulated by groups committed to a certain agenda. Beginning with 9/11, Al-Qaeda manipulated the 9/11 attack so the whole world would see the second plane crash. Today, terrorism is covered in the media with 24/7 hour reporting. Coverage serves to publicize the strategy and further the notion that there is an ongoing threat. Terrorists thrive on the oxygen of publicity. Media are essentially aiding terrorists when they cover the events. Cybersecurity and artificial intelligence is the future of threat assessment. Social media and foreign policy. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Microsoft launched the Global Internet Forum to counter terrorism. Their mission is to disrupt terrorists' ability to use the internet in helping their cause. Those who use media have the ability to send any message out to the world, and they can micro-target anyone. During the 2016 election, Russia funded troll farms. These were accounts that spread paid ads across Facebook and invented fake American profiles to pass on fake news. Russia also manipulated posts from real Americans to intensify existing anger about things such as immigration and race. Social media and foreign policy continued. Russia released the botnet spamming operation that spread fake news on Twitter from accounts that appeared to be Republican voters. In Russia, there is a high degree of oppression of media and citizens' access to information. Russian journalists avoid publishing anything that would anger the Kremlin. The only media that remains there are small operations that cover the news in Russia. Media, the First Amendment, and the presidency. Media in America has great influence on international affairs and foreign policy. The State Department created America.gov, but this was archived, and money and personnel from the site would be directed into the department's social media assets. Social media are evolving into a tool for disseminating policy information, evaluating opinions, and surveillance. Obama's administration used intrusive measures to control the press and did things such as spying on journalists and issuing subpoenas to reporters to force them to reveal their sources. Media, the First Amendment, and the presidency continued. Trump said the news is fake because so much of the news is fake. In the executive branch, fact checkers were added, and media outlets added staff reporters to the White House. Trump has been dismissive of the First Amendment's protections. He said it's frankly disgusting the way the press is able to write whatever they want to write. 76% of Democrats and 49% of Republicans say that the freedom of the press to criticize politicians is important in maintaining democracy. Foreign policy in the Internet age. Media extend the reach of a brand and its message. Twitter has become the platform of choice for foreign ministries and governments to get their policy messages to the public. Trump said that he owes his election to social media, which gave him an unparalleled platform for his policies, both home and abroad. It is concerning to some that Trump's tweets are not always accurate. The White House has been startled by his tendency to lash out at people who appear to oppose his agenda. U.S. implications and questions for the future. The export of the right to a free press and free expression is the greatest success in U.S. foreign policy. Out of 188 countries, 97% include the right of freedom of the press and expression. If the U.S. wants to continue as the world's leading democracy, The government needs to uphold the rights of the First Amendment. President Kennedy called for the press to give greater coverage of international news and for greater attention to improved understanding of the news.